Let's talk about China, a country that's been at the center of global economic conversations for years, but now it's making headlines for a whole new reason. Because 2025 just threw us a major economic curveball, and the world is scrambling to keep up with the news. It's September, and while the world's economies are still shaky, China's trade numbers have absolutely exploded, catching even seasoned analysts off guard. Exports? Up 9.9% from last year. A rocket launch, not just a bump. This isn't a small uptick, it's a surge that's sending shockwaves through global markets. That's 4 straight months of growth, the fastest in half a year, and it's fueling optimism across the country's manufacturing sector. But here's the kicker. Imports into China soared 13.2%, smashing the tiny increase experts predicted. This means China isn't just selling more, it's buying more too. This is the strongest import growth since before the pandemic, signaling a powerful rebound in both domestic demand and global supply chains. It means Chinese factories are buzzing with activity, and people inside China are spending big again, shopping, traveling, and investing in their future. The result? A $37 billion trade surplus, a clear sign of economic strength and a reminder of China's influence on the world stage. While most countries are still struggling to regain their footing, China's economy is surging ahead, setting a pace that others can only hope to match. For months, everyone expected a global slowdown and assumed China would be hit hard, with factories slowing and exports dropping. But these numbers tell a different story. China's manufacturing not only survived, it's thriving, adapting quickly to new challenges and opportunities. It's like they're sprinting while everyone else is still limping along, leaving competitors in the dust as they push forward. The world didn't see this coming. Headlines everywhere are calling it an economic shocker, and experts are rethinking their forecasts. China's economic rebound is a major surprise, shaking up expectations and forcing a new conversation about the future of global trade. And it's changing the global outlook, fast. The world is watching, and the next moves from China could reshape the economic landscape for everyone. So, what's driving this massive export boom from China? And what exactly is filling all those shipping containers heading overseas? It's not just garden gnomes or cheap toys anymore. It's high-demand essentials like medical supplies and advanced electronics. Practically overnight, China became the world's emergency supplier for PPE, masks, ventilators, gloves, and other critical gear. While factories in many countries shut down or slowed production, China's manufacturing sector kept running at full speed, meeting urgent global demand. At the same time, the global work-from-home revolution sent demand for laptops, webcams, tablets, and other electronics through the roof, as millions adapted to remote work and online learning. China's electronics factories went into overdrive, ramping up production and shipping devices to every corner of the world. Even as demand for other goods like clothing or furniture fell, these products, medical gear and electronics, absolutely skyrocketed in popularity and necessity. The pandemic completely reshaped what the world needed most, and China was uniquely positioned and ready to deliver, fast and at scale. In this round of global trade, China was the clear winner, dominating exports when it mattered most. How did China pull this off while others struggled? It started with strict early lockdowns. China's aggressive virus control let them reopen factories months ahead of competitors. For a crucial window, China was the only major manufacturer running at full speed. When the world needed PPE and electronics, China delivered. This head start powered their economic rebound. Their strategy: contain the virus, restart the economy, and seize the moment. This export surge wasn't supposed to happen, especially with US tariffs still in place. The trade war aimed to slow China down, but the pandemic changed everything. When the world needed urgent supplies, tariffs didn't matter. Demand steamrolled barriers. China's resilience stunned economists. The crisis created new demand for exactly what China makes best. It's a reminder. China isn't just a factory. It's factory. Global supply chains can't be replaced overnight. Even a trade war and pandemic couldn't break the world's reliance on China. This boom reveals just how deep that dependence runs. So, can China's export boom last? That's the big question on everyone's mind as the world watches China's economic engine power ahead. After months of record shipments and bustling ports, many are wondering if this momentum can really continue, or if it's just a temporary surge. Most experts say it's temporary. They point to the unique circumstances that fueled the boom, like global shortages and sudden spikes in demand. The rush for PPE and home office gear is fading, as countries stock up and people return to normal routines. And now, other countries are reopening factories, ramping up their own production, and slowly regaining lost ground. China's unique advantage is closing as global competition returns, making it harder to dominate exports like before. But there's a bright spot. China's imports are rising, showing strong domestic demand and a growing appetite for goods at home. The government is pushing for more consumer spending, rolling out policies to encourage people to buy more and support local businesses. The goal is to reduce reliance on exports and build a more balanced, resilient economy. If Chinese consumers keep spending and confidence stays high, it could cushion any export slowdown. For now, China's resilience is impressive. Its ability to adapt and recover has surprised many. But the next chapter depends on how the world recovers from the pandemic and how quickly global demand returns to normal. It also hinges on how well China pivots to domestic growth, investing in innovation and supporting its own markets. The story isn't over yet. The world is watching to see what China's next move will be.